In today's show, Bitcoin poised for a major bull run will advance against Ethereum, XRP, and the altcoin market, according to this latest report published by Bloomberg entitled Bloomberg Crypto Outlook Bitcoin Maturation Leap. I'll be breaking this down for you in today's show. Here's a snippet. The analysis from Bloomberg Intelligence veteran Mike McGlone calls Bitcoin a resting bull that will benefit from the unprecedented levels of quantitative easing from central banks. The report also highlights the fact that Bitcoin is up about 40% in the last 12 months compared to a 15% drop in the S&P 500. I'll give you the full highlights here in today's show. Also, in today's episode, I'll be sharing 3 real reasons why Bitcoin will rally towards $9,000 in the coming weeks. And also, in today's show, controversial analyst Plan B of the stock to flow model updates the Bitcoin halving forecast, predicts a breakout crypto rally. I'll be covering this in today's show. We'll also be taking a look at the overall cryptocurrency market. As you can see, Bitcoin and all the major cryptos are back in the green. Where's the Bitcoin price likely to go from here? Find out this plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day. So be sure to smash that subscribe button and click that bell icon to receive notifications of the latest premium crypto news. We now have over 400 videos right here on the channel, and I greatly appreciate your support. If interested in learning from America's #1 investor, Teeka Tiwari, the Wall Street legend who picked Apple back in 2003 and Bitcoin in 2016 as he shares his #1 pick for the 2020s, they're calling it the investment of the decade. Right now, there is a mad rush in corporate America. It involves Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Facebook. They're all betting on a new technology that the World Economic Forum projects will soar 295,000% over the next 7 years, but it's not AI, the Internet of Things, or 5G. To discover what it is, click the link right down below this video in the description and watch this exclusive presentation from the one and only Teeka Tiwari. All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV. Let's dive right into today's top story of the day. Exclusive Bloomberg report says Bitcoin poised for a major bull run will advance against Ethereum, XRP, and the altcoin market. Bitcoin appears to be in a consolidating bull market and is poised to cement its status as digital gold, according to a new report from Bloomberg. The analysis from Bloomberg Intelligence veteran Mike McGlone calls Bitcoin a resting bull that will benefit from unprecedented levels of quantitative easing from central banks. That's where they print trillions of dollars out of thin air, which is what they're currently doing. The report also highlights the fact that Bitcoin is up about 40% in the last 12 months compared to a 15% drop in the S&P 500, and I'll include this report in the show notes below the video in the description. Some of the topics included are born from the financial crisis, Bitcoin maturation accelerating, stock market shakeout accelerates, Bitcoin's gold-like transition, Bitcoin futures training bull calf towards digital version of gold, Bitcoin and gold showing convergence with endurance, COVID-19 supporting Bitcoin on-chain indicators, dominance, and COVID-19 may give Libra life, spur Fed's digital currency spirit. And now for some of the highlights I'll break down for you right here in today's show. Here's what they're quoted saying in the report. Bitcoin and gold appears to be consolidating bull markets that are backing into support zones versus stocks less than 2 months removed from record highs. Bitcoin and gold also stand to be primary beneficiaries of the unprecedented monetary stimulus that's accompanied by a mean-reverting stock market. McGlone expects Bitcoin to outperform Ethereum, XRP, and the altcoin market at large, due in part to the coronavirus, stating that COVID-19 distinguishes Bitcoin from the rest of the cryptos. Here's what he's quoted saying. The macroeconomic effects of the coronavirus accelerate Bitcoin's progress in gaining value relative to other cryptos. Most of the speculative spurt in the Bloomberg Galaxy Crypto Index to start 2020 has dissipated, and on a one-year basis, Bitcoin is up almost 40% to April 2nd versus a 13% decline in the BGCI, which is the Bloomberg Galaxy Crypto Index. This year will confirm Bitcoin's transition from a risk-on speculative asset to the crypto market's version of gold, in our view. According to the report, Bitcoin futures helped tame the crypto crypto's notorious volatility and is a sign that Bitcoin is maturing from a purely speculative investment to a digital alternative to gold. Bloomberg also expects private digital asset projects like Facebook Libra to continue to struggle to attain approval from regulators. McGlone says bank regulators are far too skeptical on the reliability of assets created outside of the commercial banking system, which is what I would expect from central banks, wouldn't you? Now, this report, again, I'll include the link in the show notes below the video in the description for you to check out and reference. There's a lot of great data in here. As you can see, I'm just going to scroll through. It's a quick read as well. It's only 10 pages, jam-packed with a lot of value. I just gave you some of the highlights, and we're going to move on to our next story of the day. 3 real reasons why Bitcoin will rally towards $9,000 in the coming weeks. Let's break it down. After showing signs of weakness early this week, Bitcoin managed to mount a comeback on Wednesday, rallying 6% to 7150 within the space of a few hours. It was a rally that liquidated over 10 million worth of short positions, with bulls retaking the ever-important 7,000 level with force. Let's go BTC. Fortunately, a confluence of fundamental and technical factors indicates that Bitcoin is preparing to embark on yet another leg higher. Let's go. There isn't a consensus as to where that leg will end, but many are eyeing a Bitcoin price of 9 to 10,000, all within the next few weeks. I also want to point out we have a Bitcoin halving scheduled in approximately 2.5 weeks. When this happens, it's going to cost approximately $14,000 for a miner to get a Bitcoin. Currently, it costs about $7,000. So as that block reward is cut in half, it becomes twice as difficult and twice as expensive. And typically, what the past has shown us, the Bitcoin price catches up to whatever that cost may be. So I would not be surprised if Bitcoin went to $10,000 or even $14,000 within the next few weeks. Those are just my 2 Satoshis. Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. On-chain metrics, Bitcoin rally is brewing. According to an April 16 report from the crypto and blockchain analytics startup Glassnode, Bitcoin's hash rate has recovered 64% from the lowest day in March, which came a few days after the crash to $3,700 took place. Taking a look at this tweet from Glassnode, they wrote, Bitcoin's hash rate has recovered fast from its recent drop, showing a clear upwards trend as we approach the halving. It's currently up 64% from its lowest day in March. As you can see right here in this graph, this is a good sign and very bullish for BTC. Then the hash rate was at 82 exahashes per second. Now the same metric is just under 130 exahashes per second, not too far shy from the all-time high, closer to 140 exahashes. This trend was slightly eased by a late March difficulty adjustment of negative 17% for Bitcoin, which has made it easier for miners to find blocks, hence the increase in the hash rate. It's a strong sign that shows a Bitcoin bull rally is brewing, with this trend acting as a clear sign that miners are anticipating price upside. All right, and now for our next reason why Bitcoin will rally towards $9,000 in the coming weeks. The Senate passes another stimulus bill, and crypto could benefit. On April 21st, the U.S. Senate approved the supplemental stimulus package of $484 billion, adding to the $2 trillion stimuli it had already approved in March. The package is expected to have focus on hospitals, disease testing, and small businesses, with the small business loan program included in the original act having been exhausted. While it is not yet law, like the previous package, it's expected to be supported by all sides of the hill in the coming days. Bitcoin stands to benefit from this fundamental factor because of its correlation with the S&P 500. The stock market bottomed around the time the $2 trillion bill became law and then rallied by 30% in the weeks that followed. A similar trend will see the stock market continue to rally higher as it benefits from the latest round of the stimulus. Bitcoin, which has a positive correlation to the S&P 500, even in periods of stress, the Federal Reserve of Kansas City says will most likely follow equities higher. As you can see here, historic correlations with the S&P 500 from 1995 to 2020. It shows the 10-year Treasury, gold, as well as Bitcoin. And this is all coming from Bloomberg. Furthermore, Bitcoin bulls say these stimulus bills have an added benefit of boosting the value proposition of scarce and decentralized cryptos. Facts, as these bills show how easy money can be printed out of thin air, because Bitcoin is the opposite of fiat currency from the central banks. As the central banks can just print trillions of dollars, devaluing the dollar, Bitcoin gets cut in half from the block reward approximately every 4 years, making it twice as difficult to mine and also twice as expensive to attain. This is that scarcity built into the asset. All right, and now for our third and final reason why Bitcoin will rally towards $9,000 in the coming weeks. Bitcoin's in the midst of a textbook bottom pattern. To add a technical component to this bullish confluence, analyst Nunya Business recently shared that Bitcoin's chart from the February highs to now has formed the classic BARR bottom, marked by 3 textbook phases of a lead-in, bump, and then a run. And taking a look at his tweet here on crypto Twitter, here's what Nunya Business had to share. BTC Daily, out of the 56 chart patterns, the bump and run reversal bottom is Bolkowski's best performer. It begins with a downtrend and then a steeper downtrend, then a bottoming out and reversal. When prices surpass and close above the downward trend line, a buy signal is triggered, as we can see right here in this graph. As it stands, Bitcoin's in the third phase of this formation. Technician Thomas Bolkowski's best performer out of the 56 chart patterns, suggesting Bitcoin will trade as high as 10,000 by the start of May. Let's go, BTC. Just prior to the block reward halving, it's about time, isn't it? What's especially notable about this pattern is that it's the same technical formation that marked the bottom at the end of 2018 and the start of 2019. This historical precedent bodes well for the bull case. So let me know your thoughts regarding Bitcoin climbing to 9,000 or possibly 10,000 at the time of this halving leading up in the next 2 to 3 weeks. I'd love to know your comments right down below. And before we check out our next story of the day, entitled Controversial Analyst Plan B updates his Bitcoin halving forecast and predicts a breakout crypto rally, let's take a look at the overall crypto market. As we can see, we had a nice surge in the market just yesterday. Bitcoin is up 2.6%, trading at $7,141. I would like to see Bitcoin surpass that 74.75 resistance, breaking 7,500. Then I feel we can just continue climbing on upwards. Ethereum is up about 5%, trading at $184. XRP up 2.5%, trading at 19 cents. Link is up 3%, trading at $3.71. Miss Litecoin up 2%, trading at just below $42. EOS is up 2.7%, trading at $2.62. BNB up 2%, trading at $15.70. Satoshi Vision up 4%, trading at $192. And Bitcoin Cash up about 3.5%, trading at $232. All I know is this: I love seeing the crypto market when everything is in the green. That's all I got to say. All right, now for our next story of the day. The controversial analyst who first applied the stock-to-flow ratio to Bitcoin is updating his forecast for the leading crypto. The pseudo-anonymous analyst, known in the industry as Plan B, says he expects the upcoming halving event in May, which will reduce the new supply of the Bitcoin by half, will trigger a substantial rise in the price over the next 1 to 2 years. He says Bitcoin's next halving will determine whether the stock-to-flow model, which is used to measure how the scarcity of an asset relates to its price, is on point or a complete flop. If Bitcoin doesn't hit $70,000 by May of 2022, he says the model will be invalidated. I'm going to say that again. If Bitcoin doesn't hit 70K by May of 2022, he says that the model will be invalidated. Here's what he's quoted saying: the 2020 halving will be like 2012 and 2016 as per the stock-to-flow model. I expect 10x price, which is an order of magnitude, not precise. 1 to 2 years after the halving will be make or break for the stock-to-flow model. I hope this halving will teach us more about the underlying fundamentals and network effects. 55,000 was the original model based on the BTC market cap. Later models with newer data and other lost coin adjustments or yearly instead of monthly data have different values of $70,000 to $100,000. Plan B recently polled his 87,000 followers on Twitter, asking what they believe is the biggest risk to Bitcoin over the next year. The vast majority say it's the economic aftermath of the coronavirus pandemic, which has claimed over allegedly 170,000 lives, rattled markets, shattered businesses, and wiped out jobs. Taking a look at his tweet right here on crypto Twitter. What's the biggest risk for Bitcoin in the next 12 months? Number 1, halving, minor capitulation and minor selling. Number 2, futures manipulation, naked short selling. Number 3, coronavirus impact, correlation with the stock market. Or 4, Mt. Gox trustee or plus token scammer selling. And as you can see, 42% of the people out of 10,185 votes put coronavirus impact. The Moon Carl responded, the biggest threat to Bitcoin is Peter Schiff. And then he put JK, just kidding, but that definitely made me giggle and chuckle out loud. The analyst says he's not surprised that Bitcoin has been highly correlated with traditional markets since mid-March, but he's less worried about the long-term correlation. Here's what he's quoted saying: during crisis, everything is correlated. What's next is what's interesting. They will not be correlated forever, in my opinion, and I agree 100%. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comments right down below. And checking out Plan B's most recent tweet just 1 hour ago, he wrote, Bitcoin stock to flow model on 2010 to 2012 data still usable in today. It predicted post-2012 halving and post-2016 halving levels quite well. It will hold again after May 2020 halving. Fingers crossed. And that's a fact. It's been the most accurate prediction model that I've seen, at least in this Bitcoin crypto space. Uteples responded, you cannot draw a straight line on logarithmic charts. Plan B responded, I just did. And so did Kepler, Richer, and a lot of others. Your comment does not make much sense. Dr. Le Reptile wrote, I'm curious to see if this model will still hold now that it has been made public and is known more and more every day. What's your view on this? Love your work, by the way. Plan B responded, in my opinion, it is inevitable, too fundamental. It doesn't matter if it is published. Black and Scholes published their option pricing model in 1973, and it took 10 years to catch on. Also, people seem to overestimate risk. Corona, minor capitulation, future capitulation, government ban, etc. And then Sergey Chamel responded, I believe that it can. The model is to make magnitude of volatility lower, but only when if the model could be used by relatively big group of the market players. And I also agree that 5 to 10 years needed to make institutionalization of Bitcoin happen, and so the model usage. And taking a look at the overall crypto market cap, we're sitting at 205 billion with 130 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, and the current BTC dominance is 63.4%. And taking a look at the top gainers within the top 100, Stellar Lumens up almost 13%, trading at 6 cents. Digibyte, Go Digi, up 11.8%, trading at 0.009. Theta up 7.7%, trading at 9.5 cents. Quant up 7%, trading at $5.59. Cardano up 6%, trading at 3.7 cents. And Aave up 6%, trading at 3 cents. And now for the biggest losers, there's not many of them. Zcoin down 2%, which is not much of a loss considering that's the biggest loss in the top 100 of the crypto market, trading at $3.97. Terra down 2.5%, trading at 19 cents. Synthetics Network down 2.5%, trading at 70 cents. Komodo down 2.5%, trading at 53 cents. Nervos Network down 2.4%, trading at 0.004. And MadeSafe Coin down 2.3%, trading at 10 cents. And now checking out the BitMEX margins, we can see the bulls are obviously back in control, leading with about 85 million in superiority in the last 24 hours, with longs leading 52.58% versus 47.42% shorts. Are you currently bullish or bearish on Bitcoin? Drop me a comment right down below. And now checking out the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. We're currently rated a 19 in extreme fear. Yesterday was a 19, last week a 15, and last month a 12, all of which is within extreme fear. And if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign that investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. And now checking out the Bitcoin block reward halving countdown. We have 18 days, 20 hours, 32 minutes, and 23 seconds remaining to the estimated date for the Bitcoin halving, set to be May 12th. I cannot wait. I am ecstatic. Literally 2.5 more weeks. Now, as I mentioned earlier in the show, it currently costs miners approximately $7,000 to mine a single Bitcoin. In 2.5 weeks, it's going to cost them approximately $14,000 to mine a single Bitcoin. And if history rhymes, we're going to see a huge boost in the Bitcoin price due to various different factors, some of which I covered here in today's show. If you're very bullish for the Bitcoin halving, let me know in the comments right down below. And also, let me know what you think the Bitcoin price will be by the end of May, which is the end of the month of the Bitcoin halving. Right now, we're still in April, right? But by the end of May, the end of next month, where do you think the Bitcoin price is likely to be trading at? Drop me a comment right down below. And I want to encourage you to check out the description right below this video by clicking show more in the description right down below for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the market. This goes for all 400 videos right here on the channel. Also includes some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including the blog to my podcast, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. This allows you to download the latest episode of the show. You can download it in MP3 format, listen to it on your way to work or when you're out and about, etc. You can also subscribe on YouTube if you haven't yet already done so. I don't know what you're waiting on. And also you can subscribe on all the major podcasting platforms, including Apple's iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn. So whichever podcasting platform you're active on, please help support the show. It's greatly appreciated. You can also follow us on Twitter to receive daily crypto news alerts. My Twitter handle is cryptonewsyes. And I also have a private crypto Facebook group with over 17,000 strong from all over the world. To become a part of this, simply click this link, request to join. I'll be sure to plug you in. And I also have a private crypto Telegram chat. To become a part of this, simply click this link and you'll automatically be added, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you on the inside. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto revolution. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button and click that bell icon to receive notifications of the latest premium crypto news. And real quick before I go, if interested in learning from America's #1 investor, Teeka Tiwari, the Wall Street legend who picked Apple back in 2003 and Bitcoin in 2016, as he shares his #1 pick for the 2020s, they're calling it the investment of the decade. Right now, there is a mad rush in corporate America. It involves Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Facebook. They're all betting on a new technology that the World Economic Forum projects will soar 295,000% over the next 7 years, but it's not AI, the Internet of Things, or 5G. To discover what that is, click the link right down below this video in the description. It'll take you here. Watch this exclusive presentation with the one and only Teeka Tiwari, and I look forward to catching you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.